guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to tell you about 11th house. Okay, so what is the importance of 11th house in the Vedic astrology? We will talk about it in this video. Okay, so before it, please subscribe my channel, follow me on Instagram. If you want to take my personal consultations, so please check the link in description. Okay, so and also you can purchase the books. I have provided link in the description. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start this video. Okay guys, so 11th house is the house that comes before Pisces, and Pisces is letting go of everything and going towards death. Okay, when we die, we don't take anything with us, and everything whatever this world gives us, even the body, we have to leave here only, and we have to go alone. Okay, so whatever we get in this world has no point. That is why Pisces is the sign of losses. Okay, because ultimately we have to lose everything. Now from first house we start gaining everything. We gain family, we gain friends, siblings, home, luxuries, education, and then enemies, and then marriage. Okay, partner. And then we go through transformations, misfortunes happens, or we gain joint assets, then we gain knowledge, education, spirituality, and then we do work, karma. Okay, we rise in our status, and then ultimately we fulfill our desires, and then after it we ultimately, whatever we have gained till 11th house, we ultimately have to leave it here only. Okay, no matter how much big your achievement is. So 11th house in the Vedic astrology shows what desires you have brought from the past. Okay, our birth is totally dependent upon our desire and what we were thinking in our past birth. Okay, so whatever we were thinking at that moment, and the life our past was depending upon that life, we have some desires, and that desires are known from the 11th house of the D1 chart. Okay, and what desire will be fulfilled according to your karmas is dependent upon D9 chart. Okay, so that is how it works, right? So if a desire will be fulfilled or not, it depends upon your D9 chart. But what are your desires? It depends upon the D1 chart, the 11th house, the planets that are placed here. Okay, so 11th house is also 6 from the 6, that represents your enemies or obstacles according to Bhavat Bhavam concept. So 11th house represents your bigger enemies, because to fulfill our desires we have to go through a lot. Okay, we have to go through a lot of things. It is the Badak house also, especially for Aries, Cancer, Libra and Capricorn. It is a Badak house, but for everyone it is a Badak house only, because to fulfill our desires we have to work hard. But depending upon the planets that are placed in this house, actually we can see what are your desires, and the sign that sits in the house lord, we can know what are your desires. Okay, and then seeing the Navamsha chart, we can see what desires will be fulfilled. Okay, or from the Navamsha chart we can also know what is the deep desire of you, deep within, what your soul actually desires, because Navamsha chart I consider is the soul. Okay, birth chart is very surface level chart, but D9 chart is actually what your soul is. Okay, so D9 chart becomes very important. And then 11th lord or 11th house also represents elder siblings, large organizations, large groups, friend circle, community, gains. If 7th lord goes in the 11th house, it represents what? It represents gain from spouse. Okay, lots of gains from spouse. So basically 11th house is where this life has to finish. Okay, this whatever are the desires that we fulfill in this life, we develop another desires and we take that to next life. Okay, so that is what 11th house is. Now any desire you have, some people take birth in this world only for the desire of marriage. Okay, some people want to have a good career, some people want to serve society, Some people want to attain moksha. So every person has different desire. Okay? But that desire will be fulfilled or not, it depends upon the placement. Okay. Now, for example, if Ketu is placed here, I have Ketu, so I'm starting with that. So my desire in this world, see, I have numerous desires. I had numerous desires. Just like Ketu basically gives you a lot of desires, numerous of desires. But one thing I will tell you is that the desire of the soul in the D1 or D9 is that only the person wants to get moksha, okay? Nothing else. But as we are in the material world, they develop certain desires, and even if those desires are fulfilled, they will not feel satisfied because it is not their soul's desire. Okay, so that is why the planets that are placed here, it becomes very important. So Ketu shows that you really want to have moksha, you really want to get freedom from the cycle of life and birth. So these people are cut off from the social group, social, not attached to these things. Okay, but attached, but that doesn't mean they don't have attachment. So the lesson of the life, the pattern of the life that they will live will be dependent upon cutting off all the desires. So Ketu is a planet that cuts, right? So Ketu here will cut off all the desires of the person. Okay, the person will not be left with any desire. Okay, now if it is Mars placed here, so Mars is a fiery planet. Mars is a bit selfish. Mars is logic. Okay, so what it shows, Mars here shows that your desire in the past was to have too much focus on your materialistic desires or to lead a group, okay, or to become a logical. So you did good karmas in the past, maybe you were a leader or something in the past, and you had the desire to get something, like become a leader of the group, lead a group, or focus too much on your goals. Here Mars is a planet that represents materialistic things, so obviously the person will have materialistic desires. If not at the end of the life, then at first will definitely have. Also the person is too much focused, but it also, but now here if Mars is afflicted in the chart, then it shows that the person will actually have to struggle a lot and fight with the ego, or fight with the desires to achieve their desires, okay, to fulfill their desires. If Mars is well placed, the person will be too much focused and will be able to fulfill the desires. But if Mars is afflicted, too much obstacle, because Mars is war, so you will have to fight a war, okay, to fulfill your desires, right? Now the war can be anything, and even Ketu can represent the war, because Ketu is also like Mars. Okay, Venus is well placed here. It shows firstly that the person has really done very good karmas in the past. Okay, the person has really done very good karmas in the past life. That's why the person is now able to get Venus here. So Venus here shows that the person will achieve lots of success and gain from the, if it is a male chart, then women wife will bring a lot of wealth for the native. Okay, the person will become wealthy after marriage. So the native has done good karma towards wife or spouse. So spouse will come in this life and will give everything to the native. Okay, the native will be able to achieve success after marriage. Also the native will have lots of opposite sex friends, but here it shows materialistic desires. Okay, and the desire for love, desire for true love, desire for romance, desire for marriage. So Venus shows here, but the person has good karmas. If bad karmas are also here, so like the native had too much desire for love, okay, and also has bad karmas, so Venus will be afflicted. So the native will desire love, but will have to face a lot, pay off the karmas to achieve it. Okay, if Rahu is placed here, so Rahu can show that the person is too much attached with the materialistic desires. even if you have to become spiritual, but before becoming spiritual you definitely have material desires. You want to fulfill your material desires, you want to go towards that particular thing, okay? Gain wealth, too much attachment with wealth, you want to become wealthy, you want to have money, because in the past you suffered a lot because you didn't have money. So when you were leaving the body, your desire was to have money, your desire was to have wealth. Also, depending upon the sign Rahu sits in, and the where the dispositor is placed will decide how much the person will gain and what specifically desire can be. Desire can be also regarding marriage, because Rahu aspects the 7th house to 9th aspect. So after marriage, the person starts gaining and gaining. Okay, so that it shows. Now, if Mercury is here, Mercury benefic also shows good. Shows Mercury benefic also shows very good karmas from the past life, because the person will be very first of all wealthy, will be able to gain through speculation, cryptos and all that, stock markets, and the person in the past has done a lot of good karmas towards the community. Okay, so because the person did a lot of good karmas towards the community, so in this life the person will be able to achieve success, fame, okay, from the help from the community, will have lots of intelligent friends. And in the past life also the person was quite intelligent and has carried that intelligence in this life. Now if Mercury is afflicted here, so because of the communication, the person definitely did something bad in the past life to the community. Okay, the person did some cheating in business in the past life. Okay, so depending upon what is the condition of Mercury, we can say that the karmas are good or bad. But what is the desire of the native? The desire of the native is to become a good communicator and to achieve a lot of money through intelligence, through his own intelligence. Okay, and like if it is in the Libra sign, it can also show the person wants to have a relationship as well. Okay, now if it is Saturn placed here, so Saturn is a planet of karma, okay, and detachment and spiritual beginning. Ketu is ultimate spirituality, moksha, and leaving everything. But Saturn is not leaving everything. Saturn is detachment. Even if you have everything, a detachment from everything, and also doing the karma. So moksha depends upon the karma. So the native Saturn is well placed here. It shows good karmas. You were a very wise, sophisticated person in the past life. You have done many good karmas in the past. You helped people selflessly. You did lots of charity. So at first you will have less wealth, but slowly as you move forward in the life, your wealth will increase. Okay, so it is a very good placement of Saturn here. If Saturn is retrograde, so you will have lots of problems, because Saturn here wants to teach. Saturn retrograde shows pending karma towards the community, towards the society, towards large organizations. Okay, so this is what it shows having Saturn here. So Saturn shows good karmas in the past life in the 11th house, but depending upon the dignity, it shows what kind of karmas you have to pay off in this life. Okay, if Moon is placed here, okay, so Moon shows that you have the desire of having emotional fulfillment, spending time with mother. Okay, so emotional fulfillment basically from friends is your desire. Okay, also if Moon is well placed here, you will receive that emotional fulfillment. But if it is waning, or with Saturn, with Ketu, or whatever afflicted basically, so you can face emotional ups and downs from the groups, from the friends, or some mental issues can occur. Okay, but your desire to achieve lots of emotional support from mother, from family, from friends, from spouse. So you are a person who really wants that emotional fulfillment, wants to be loved, wants to be cared, wants to be supported, because in your past life definitely you lacked emotional fulfillment, like you didn't have mother, or childhood was problematic. So definitely it shows that problem was there in the past life. on emotional level. Okay, so what you have to do, you don't have to emotionally depend upon anyone. You have to become emotionally dependent upon yourself, because you came alone in this world and you will go alone from this world. Okay, now if it is Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is also good in the 11th house depending upon how it's placed. So what karmas? Firstly, you had good karmas. Okay, Jupiter is the most benefit planet. So you had the good karmas. I will not say the bad karmas, because the karmas were definitely good. Okay, Jupiter here is a teacher, right? Jupiter is a teacher, and Jupiter shows that what how much wise you are. So you will attract people who are very wise, mature, religious, and your desire in this life is to become a dharmic person and also to achieve wealth. Like, you have the materialistic desire for sure, money, wealth, children, everything you want, because Jupiter represents as a karka of children, marriage. So definitely you have the desire for achieving all that things. But ultimately what you want to become, you have to become a very wise, mature, religious person who gains immense knowledge. Okay, so depending upon the sign Jupiter is placed, it will tell you, like Jupiter in the Pisces can make you towards spirituality. Okay, so depending upon how it's placed, right? So if Sun you have in the 11th house, then say first of all, you are a very good soul, a pure soul who has worked for the welfare of the people, or in the past life has spent the life with the group, with the community. Okay, and that was or your desire as well, having friends, community, being with the community. So rather than being lonely, you prefer being with the community, because also you may have some karma with them. But you really want to help people, you really want to do something for the people. Okay, and that was your desire. So becoming a dharmic soul, becoming a pure soul was your desire in the past life, and because of which you took birth as sun in the 11th house. Okay, so what you have to do here, you also have to give importance to the people who love you truly, rather than only to the groups, community, and outsiders, because you give more importance to them. So you have to understand that you need to give importance to everyone equally where you lack. Okay, so this is what it shows. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and take care. Bye bye.